Rachel did a very nice gesture. And if people are going to say, oh, it's too dangerous, that's just rude. That's just rude to say it's too dangerous to go to someone's house that gave us things. Like, that's just a rude thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Because when you say that, you're going to offend the person who comes on here. Like, that's just rude. Like, you not only offend us, you offend Rachel. So it's like, now you're just going too far because Rachel did a nice thing that she doesn't deserve to be attacked by anybody. That's why I'm mad. See, I mean, like, Rachel went out of her way to be nice to us, and she's going through a lot right now.
Well, she was
anyone like attacks her for helping us, that makes
no.
Me
That's
mad.
what, she wasn't accusing. They were saying that that's like a sober household. They don't understand.
But the point is, she's trying to get sober. You guys.
I get
That's
it.
the whole point. Most of you aren't sober either. That's the point. Like, she's trying, and like the fact that anyone would be so critical just because, or like, I just hate that because. The fact that people sit there in their perfect little houses and judge anyone that doesn't have a perfect house or doesn't have a perfect living situation, well, F you, you know what I mean? It's like, sorry. Yeah, them people are doing the best they can. And I really like Rachel. I think she's awesome. And we had a great time. And so F anyone who says that there was a bad thing that happened or in any way or that we harmed Annette in any way by taking her. Like, Annette had the best day of her life. So.
Can I introduce you to Boop over here? Okay, that's Boop and that's Chris. Down there, and then Boop came on because Ava was also kind of saying, like, you know, I haven't worked in 11 years.
She works every day.
And how lame is it that you do one of the most dangerous jobs?
My job isn't dangerous.
But
you need to assess dangerous, okay? Because where we went yesterday was not dangerous, and my job is not dangerous.
Okay, but
what's dangerous is actually making wild accusations against people that are not true. That can be dangerous, actually. Especially when you say things like social services would be better for Annette than us. That's a dangerous, wild accusation. That can be negative to people.
She can't hear you. I have the headphone. Oh. What's up, Boop?
I was just going to semi-agree with Joy in that I personally agree that you shouldn't be scared.
Think of like people living in fear of like, oh, life is so dangerous. Okay, well, guess what? Guess what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to die. And guess what? It's going to happen at some point in your life. So stop fearing everything. Because that day is not when you decide. It's already decided. So you don't have to worry because if you do something dangerous before you're supposed to die, you're not going to die. No, seriously. The universe is going to be like, this isn't your time to go. So you're going to live and you're going to be fine. If you're supposed to die, well, it was your time to go. So living in fear of life being so dangerous and fearful makes no sense. Because your worst fear is death, which is inevitable.
I just wanted to say my argument is I'm coming from a different place, but I think sex work is a calculated risk. And if you believe in personal freedoms, you should kind of just believe that people are allowed to calculate their own risk and what's worth it to them or not. I'm not saying it's the safest thing to be doing, but also I think there's something to be said for not being scared of people in general, like going to meet Rachel, like that. It would be kind of absurd to say that was a bad idea given how long you've known her. She's in the same area, blah, blah, blah. And it was, I don't think that was putting anyone at uncalculated or unnecessary risk. But yeah, I just think it's more about personal freedoms and people are allowed to do what they want to do. And if it's risky, so what? As long as they're an adult and they're not incapacitated, right?
What people seem to forget about Annette is Annette is 50 years old and no one is her caretaker. So, at the end of the day, Annette was putting herself in way higher risk than we've ever put her in since we've stepped in. But she still is an independent adult. And if she wanted to go, she had every right to go. When she never wants to go. She said she wanted to go. So that was an awesome thing. But it's also she could have said no. She always says no.
She always says no.
So the fact she said yes, the meant that universe, I trusted the force that this is awesome. Of course they're not going to be like, oh, this is the one time Annette wants to go. Is the one time this crazy thing is going to happen where she gets hurt or we get it's just. I believe in the universe of lining things up in a flow that if Annette wants to go on a ride, this is a good thing. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's kind of the way. So that's why, yes, there are things to be scared of, but you can also trust the force that if everything is lining up a certain way, you can know, you know what, I'm going to feel good that this is going to be okay. You trust your feelings, and that's how you keep safe. You know when things are dangerous because you right away, ooh, I'm going to avoid that. You know what I mean?
When you get that feeling, yeah.
Exactly.
Goosebumps and stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did you?
Welcome back.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm all good. What are you guys doing?
I'm quite high.